huge welcome to today. I was talking to my family in Australia last night. It was my mother's 88th birthday, so I was talking to them, and they're locked down in their houses and they're not allowed to go more than 5 kilometres from their house, and no one is, in Victoria at least, in their state at least. And if they are caught by the police more than 5 kilometres outside of their official range, they get a $1,600 fine. And it's, and talking to them at the same time that the New York Times comes out with an article saying, is it possible? Maybe we're reaching herd immunity in New York. So it's amazing, these opposites. And this starkness in the contrast is very dramatic. But what I'm really interested in is the staying of the course. And so I've been thinking about 2 points in relation to that. One point, stomach 45, which is, so Andrew's teaching a Qigong course at the moment, and so the next chapter is 6 o'clock tonight, and he was saying, I'm going to be talking a lot about the Jingwell points, and so we've spent most of the day talking about Jingwell points, which is sort of par for the course around here. And he was saying to me, why are they at the ends of the channels when they're really at the beginning of the channels? I mean, the sinews begin at the Jingwells and they only have 1 point, and yet when you want something to exit, you needle the Jingwell, even though it's the first point on the channel. And then we're having this really interesting discussion about it, and some of the clues about the functions of the Jingwell points are in the names themselves. So if you look at the translation of stomach 45 that I'm familiar with is severe mouth, right? Severe mouth meaning if you have Bell's palsy or a stroke, or there's wind affecting the mouth, you can needle stomach 45 as part of the stomach divergent treatment, and it will clear wind in the face. But when I open up a couple of other books, I see names like steadfastness of joy. Steadfastness of joy. So I think, well, this is very, very interesting. The messages that we're being given of the channels that defend us from threats, but also the channels that bring about change, the channels that allow in change. So if we're going to allow change in, then suddenly stomach 45 becomes steadfastness of joy. And so really the ripple that we'd be putting in the pond today, and I'll talk about the other point in a second, would be one of, all we need to do is be resolute in our commitment to go forward, to accept the change, and to realize our destiny. And the other point, which we've done, I think, probably twice or 3 times before, but it goes so perfectly. I didn't search for an alternative. But gallbladder 24, sun and moon. And so the ripple is to drop the defenses, to maintain a joyous disposition while we create these changes that are very, very painful. The changes in the culture. I'm talking about racism and oppression, and also the tremendous inequalities that we have throughout the society in all aspects of society. I'm talking about that. But to have this sense, this internal sense that all will be well. And the sun and the moon point, gallbladder 24, functions in this quest because its function is to remind the patient that if we stay in alignment with the cycles of heaven and earth, which include what heaven and earth delivers to us. So if we do not resist, and resistance is most graphically shown in the stomach sinew channel, as we like clench the gut to defend ourselves against another attack. But if we're to stay, and I don't mean passive, I just mean moving with the flow. Anyway, I'm talking far too much again, but stomach 45, gallbladder 24, to stay calm in a sea of great change, knowing that the end result of this journey, well, there is no end result, right? It's a journey. The journey requires us to move. So thanks so much for being here to set the ripple in this vast pond that we're in. Let's get to work. you.